Hello there, Taurus, and welcome to your November forecast. I hope that this month has gotten off to a really great start for you. And just a reminder that you can use this for your sun, your rising, and for your moon sign. Now, talking about November and each of the signs this month, I like to remind people that this is a month where you're really creating a foundation or putting the seeds forth for fruition next year. So let this be a chance for you to dream, to create, and to understand that not everything is going to happen overnight. So as we look at this month, it's going to all be about potential and trajectory. So as I tuned into your sign and meditated, what I was actually getting was that you need to reduce extraneous noise, clutter, really cut out anything that's not bringing you closer to what you want to be doing. So for some of you, this could be difficult because we enjoy sometimes old habits, even if they're not really suiting us anymore. So maybe you're involved in activities that at one time you really enjoyed, but now you're questioning why you're there. This is a great month to reevaluate any sort of obligations, any sort of associations. And as you're nearing the end of the year, you can decide, well, maybe November and December, that's all I'm going to do. And then come January, I'm going to redirect energy into this area. So allow this to be a chance for you to really think through where you're contributing your energy and maybe make some tough choices for 2018. So that's one thing. The other thing is when you do that, I want you to start to think about what it is you want to create in the new year. So it's not just about letting go, it's actually about selecting what you want to invest in. So you're really starting to do prioritization this month as well. Okay, let's now take a look at the cards and see what additional information they have for you. If you're brand new, I just want to say welcome. And if you are new, then a quick rundown on how I organize this. I start off with channeled information, as you just heard, and then I take a look at the expanded forecast, which includes health, wealth, love, and destiny. We'll start first with the Celtic Cross, however, and what I'm going to refer to here as a catalyst, and I'll explain that in just a moment. Don't worry about looking at all the cards. I will pull them up as we're talking and describe what's going on. All right, so your catalyst this month is focusing on your strength in not just speech, but being very honest, being very direct. So this is a month where you might be challenged to speak your mind and also clear the air on a few things. And as I'm looking at the cards here, this is going to be very clear to you in a moment. You might be asked to stand up for yourself and to say some things that could be considered difficult or might pull you out of your comfort zone. I'm going to encourage you to do that because it seems really beneficial for you, okay? The other thing is, for those of you that maybe in the past haven't always felt a comfort level with your spoken communication, I think verbal communication is very strong this month, something I've picked up on several signs. So don't be shy if you need to give a presentation, do a speech, or in some way stand up for yourself. Let's look at the cards themselves, and I think more clarity is going to come in with that catalyst. So someone may be challenging you right at the beginning of the month. It could be a simple question of priorities. It could be a simple question on something that they're looking for clarity. I would say don't get defensive. Your Queen of Swords is upright. The King of Swords is reversed, which means it's probably going to come through initially as an inquiry, possibly something that's critical, but just answer with facts. Ask for time if you need to prepare. Sometimes this can come through when an audit's happening or an investigation, but nothing to worry about since your catalyst is showing that you have a good ability to speak up and to speak from a place of neutrality. When I'm looking at your overall health, you're actually starting the month in a very good place. I will say this though, try not to spend too much energy worrying about people around you. It feels like your own strength is good, don't overexert yourself. I'm saying that because your crowning card is showing that if you don't take care of yourself, or if you spend too much energy at work, or you're lacking some of that balance, then this could end up manifesting as a cold or a sickness, and you don't want that. Money situations this month are your biggest focus. When I look at your initial energy coming into the month as well as your environmental energy, what we see here is a big investment of resources towards week 1 and 2, and understanding that you're trying to repair or improve finances over the course of this month. So I want you to do what's necessary to bring yourself into a place of either additional wealth or reducing debt, trying to bring finances into the positive rather than the negative. For some of you, this could be a tricky month because we have 3 indicators that would show up when a big change is going to happen. Now, I actually see these as positives. Let me explain them first, though. I see the Ten of Swords in the crowning position, the Death card in the near future, and the Devil reversed in the outcome. So before you freak out at the illustrations, I want to describe that these are actually in a very good configuration. This is showing something painful coming to an end. This is also showing that that's going to transform, you learn from it. It's also a very binary end. Both the Ten of Swords and the Death card are indicating that you're ready for a shift. This is indicating that if there was any fear, any lack of honesty, it's going to come out this month. So, since your card is about being outspoken, about speaking your truth, if there's a person in your life right now who you just feel a sense of tension with, or if your work situation isn't working out the way you'd like, or a relationship isn't, this is a month to just be completely honest with that person. The sooner you do that, the better. If all areas of your life feel pretty good, then these actually are speaking to your health. I want you to, outwardly it looks like things are going well, but you could be holding a lot of tension. This usually has to do with back, neck, and spine. This can also have to do with stagnation, sitting too much, not being active enough. So even if you have good genes and things are looking good, it feels like there's an opportunity for more activity to happen this month. So please amp up your physical activity. Talk to your doctor, of course, before you do that, but it looks like it's a good time for you to be a little bit more active. What I'm also seeing here is, in addition to improving finances, stress reduction is really important. So I'm looking at your hopes and fears, and this is about how to kind of clear out the mental clutter. So for those of you that are just feeling overwhelmed at this point in time, this is a great time for you to either seek out some sort of group activity where you can, like, it could be a sport activity or group therapy if that's something that you want, or working with a therapist or a mentor. Somehow working with either a team or someone that's more experienced that can bring you out of the energy which seems a little bit agitated towards the middle of the month. All of that being said, your outcome card is about truth. This card, upright, means there's something that's underneath the surface that you're not dealing with. This card in your outcome and reverse means you've dealt with it. Truth, knowledge, and understanding towards the end of the month. So again, sometimes cards can look disconcerting, but they're actually in a very good configuration. So I want you, though, to pay attention to your physical health, your mental health, and if there's anything in your environment that doesn't feel good, my initial advice was to cut it out. So it's okay. It's okay to walk away from a situation. Some of you might need to leave a job, a relationship, or a situation in your life that is no longer satisfactory. So stepping away from an addiction or some sort of a habit that you want to give up. This is a great month, remember, for beginnings. So think of this as an opportunity. Let's expand the forecast and see what is in store for your health first, because we did see some of those indicators. So we'll look at health, then we'll look at wealth, love, and destiny. For health, in addition to what I've already seen, this is a chance for new beginnings. I love the World card, and it doesn't, World and Four of Wands, if they're reversed, I don't worry so much because they're very positive. World means that whatever it is that you're trying to let go of or trying to begin, this is a chance where you're going to have a lot of success at doing that. So either stepping away or stepping into something new, you're supported there. So new workout routines, new health approaches towards your diet, or again, how much you're sleeping, whatever you're trying to do to improve your overall well-being, including, again, therapy or stress reduction, all very much supported this month. When we look at your money, your career, this is a chance for you to take a look at the environment that you're currently working in. Are you happy with it? When I get the Hierophant in reverse, it really speaks to an entrepreneurial spirit or a manager spirit. So if you're in a situation right now where there's a lot of layers of approval above you, this is encouraging you to either find an organization with a flatter sort of management system where there's more equity between everyone, or it's sort of reminding you that you're you either need to kind of align with the politics of this group or step away from it. So I think if I could sum it up, you already have a sense that you might want to try something new. If you're already there, do it. If not, this is about being patient and understanding that people come and go in positions of power, so you could wait it out if you want as well. But I am sensing a little bit of a feeling that you're ready to try something new and more open when it comes to your career growth and maybe not so much hierarchy. So if you're thinking of starting a business or going to an organization that's more of a startup or smaller, that would be really in tune with your energy this month. Looking at love, we're getting a sense of quiet this month. So if you're already in a relationship, you can kind of relax and enjoy being in that relationship. If you're single, this is showing that you'll have to be someone that steps outside of your comfort zone. Otherwise, it doesn't look like a lot of new things are coming through. Now, if you are sort of just wanting to take care of yourself, which is also part of love, self-love, this is a great time to just take a vacation and rest. The Four of Swords is a card of really just investing in TLC for your body. So treat yourself to a spa treatment, a massage, or just get more sleep. This is going to be very good for you. And when you finally do want to put more time and energy into your relationships, then you'll be ready and less agitated. As we look at your future card here, your destiny, we have the Empress in reverse, which I see as a sister card to that Hierophant. So this is speaking to you needing to take more ownership, you wanting to have more control or more of a say in your life. So as you look forward into 2018, think of activities, think of environments, think of friendships, partnerships that are going to allow for you to be more independent. I think that's really where you're headed, and if you choose to embrace that energy, that's where your growth potential really exists. So let's quickly review everything that we talked about today, and then we'll wrap this up. As I alluded to at the beginning here, there's probably some things that you're going to either need to walk away from this month or cut out. And so whatever you want to trim, that's okay. What's more important, however, is where do you want to go? Because this month is not so much about letting go as much as investing in the future. So think about, as you step away from one thing, what do you want to move into? Your catalyst is about clear communication, strong communication, standing up for yourself. As I look at all of the cards today, there could be an inquiry at the beginning of the month. There's a lot going on, and I forgot to mention that the crossing card was the Eight of Wands. So just focus on staying busy, on not getting involved in whatever drama might be coming up at the beginning of that month. Instead, I want you to focus on improving your finances, paying attention to your physical health and your mental health, and when necessary, trying not to be on the defensive. When I look at your ego and your hopes and fears card, they're both wands. We have the Page of Wands here in your ego, and we have the Queen of Wands here in your hopes and fears, speaking to a need for you to expand your mind. Be open-minded. Don't get defensive. Do things that will allow for you to understand other people's perspective, or just do some research-oriented activities. That's going to be much better than kind of getting into arguments. This is a very, very good month to let go of habits that don't suit you, to step away from relationships that don't feel good. Change is afoot. This is a very transformative month for you, and I actually like when I see some of those big cards that are binary. It means an end and a beginning, and that leads into a nice segue for your health card. It's a great time to start new things, and I feel like you really need to pay attention to your body this month. Whenever Ten of Swords is in the crowning position, it speaks to stress or an existing condition that you really need to pay attention to. As we look at wealth, taking more control over your situation and understanding that there are limits in your present work environment that you may not be wanting to kind of continue with in the next year. Love, pretty quiet this month, but that's not necessarily a bad thing. If you're in a relationship, enjoy it. If you're not, also enjoy the downtime and maybe spend this sort of time to just rest and take care of yourself. Finally, as we look at the year ahead, it's about overall taking more ownership in your life and stepping away from people that might be micromanaging you, whether that's a mother, a lover, or a work situation where you can't be free. So that really brings this monthly reading to a close. But before I get into the final part here, I just want to give you a quick schedule update. I will be taking time off in December, which means that if you're trying to schedule a one-on-one with me, you'll want to do it in November or in January. I will do videos in December, but it's just going to be one for all the signs so that I can take a little bit of time off. Same thing for January, either one or very small videos for each sign. That'll give me a little bit of time to rest and recharge, and I know you guys understand that. If you want to stay in touch, the best way to do so is to subscribe to this channel. But if you look at the description area right below the video, you'll see several links to stay in touch. From there, you can join me on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. You can also subscribe to my newsletter. If you like this content and would just like to give a small donation, there are links there as well to either do so on Patreon or my website. And finally, I like to end every video with some gratitude. So aside from the likes and subscribes, which I do appreciate, even more so, I appreciate the fact that you guys are continuing to develop your intuition, your own sense of empathy, and just becoming better citizens of the planet. We need more of that right now. So keep it up. And from my heart to yours, I wish you a fantastic November. I'll see you very soon. Much love and light. Bye-bye.